Salutations, everyone. How's everybody doing on this blessed day? This is I'm taking my day off. Actually, it's my deferred holiday off from July 3rd, where we observe Independence Day. And since a lot of the holidays fall on a Friday, which is also my standard day off. So since I'm off on Fridays, when there's a holiday that falls on a Friday, I have to take it another day. So it's like my deferred holiday off. And so enjoying it. I did a few things in the house, did some straightening up. I watched some videos. I'm a Country Wayne skit fan, and I be screaming at the TV, screaming at the screen, like I always say. I tell you, I don't know if I'm able to do these skits reviews. Shout out to those content creators that do the reviews. I enjoy those because I think my neighbor's gonna have to do a wellness check on me because I be screaming so much at the screen, like you would think that I'm with these people in real time, right? But I do enjoy them nonetheless, and just other things I've been doing. I've been testing out some devices that I've purchased on Amazon because as I've been doing content, I got me one of those gimbal devices, where it's a tripod, a selfie stick, and it also does the 360 rotation type of stuff. So that comes in handy as well. And so I'm looking forward to using it. I'm gonna do my first go round with it when I do this the movie premiere event that I mentioned last night. It's on Saturday, this coming Saturday, and it's the movie premiere for a movie called Tit for Tat Part 2. So make sure you check out Part 1. It's directed by Terry T. Miles, who I had the pleasure of interviewing with, and I was invited to be one of the media correspondents for that as well, for that event. So please, I ask that you have your praying hands on me from afar, as I embark on this. And I hope that my devices work because I've been trying out different microphones, and I'm hoping that if the wireless mic doesn't work, because I actually bought another set of wireless microphones. So hopefully, once I charge them up and try to do it that way, hopefully it will work. If not, then I'm gonna have to use my regular mic again, like I did the last time, and hopefully my audio don't act up the way it did before. But we'll see how it goes. And also on that day, the day before I work my way to the premiere, I'm going to be interviewing with my cousin, Preston Weeks. I'm looking forward to having him sit on the platform with me again. He's not only my first interview that I've done since I started my channel, he's actually my first return guest. Because remember this, I haven't had any return guests yet, and it's been, some time, it's been almost a year since I've done interviews on my channel, so that's been a blessing for me. And it's going to be an even more blessing to have him on again, so please make sure that you tune in on this coming Saturday, 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as I interview with him. I don't know, I'm just sitting here chilling, as I just like to chill out here sometimes on this bench, and I'm just chilling here acting as if it's not going to pour down rain in a few minutes. Yeah, but I love the breeze, and I wanted to enjoy some of this weather and just get a little walk, just a bit of a walk in too, just have a little bit of activity going on as well. So yeah, but I'll be home in a minute. But I just wanted to chat with y'all in the meantime, in between time. But I've been hearing I've heard some devastating news today. I posted it on my Facebook page. It was reported in the news about a woman in my church. Her name is Dorothy Gordon. Officially being called. We call her Sister Dorothy, of course. And I got a call earlier today from my head usher saying that she got shot, and I'm like, pow, rather, I'm sorry, I don't know if I'm able to use that word on YouTube, but it's just, so devastating to hear about that. It's made it to the news, because she was just distributing goods, to the community, as she always does every week, every time, every Sunday, If you go to church on Sunday after service, she's making sure that she lines up all her boxes of breads and desserts and different type of groceries and different type of hygiene products, whatever she can get from Publix. They provide that for her, and she distributes them at church, and she also distributes them throughout the week to like the firehouses and to the community. And so, in the process of doing that, multiple shots fired, and she unfortunately got pow in the process, and I'm just so distraught about it. The church is distraught about it. We're still waiting. We're investigation is going on as we speak, and they even offered a $5,000 reward for those who have information on the suspect. Any suspects, any leads to a suspect that was responsible for this. But this woman is 75 freaking years old. Very amazing woman. Very, of course she's no nonsense. She's tough as nails, but she's very loving. I know that she has a lot of people in her family are surrounding her right now. I know she's expected to go into surgery. So I just want to make sure. As I wanted to try to see if I could visit her, but I just want to kind of leave that space for the family right now. I'll wait for a couple of days until she's ready to she's recovered enough to speak and to kind of receive calls and receive company. But this is such a shame, because Sister Dorothy, she's a pillar in the community, and she's also a staple in our church as well. So she's been active in this outreach for years, and I just don't understand. It's ridiculous. It's awful. Just please, rally with me, and just extend a hand, and just be, pray for her and her family at this time. I hope that she, I just wish her a speedy recovery. Yeah. So that's been weighing on me, today, ever since I heard about that. But hopefully, by the time I get to church this coming Sunday, I'm sure there's going to be an update on it, and we're going to, of course, we're going to address it, and just kind of speak life into her, in the process, because this is, it's really devastating. So, my prayers out to Sister Dorothy Gordon, and then also, we just heard about the death of Howell Williams. Legendary actor. He died at the age of 91 years young. He's had a full life, and he and Marla Gibbs has been holding it down. Marla Gibbs is still kicking. She's still alive, but how we just lost Howell Williams. He's famous for playing the cop on Sanford and Son, and of course Lester Jenkins on 227. It's so funny because I've been watching rerun episodes of 227, and a lot of people talk about couples goals and relationship goals when it comes to these sitcoms, but they don't talk about Lester and Mary Jenkins, and that's something that they need to be marveling after that, because Lester, he's been he's a strong, prominent figure in the 227 household, putting up with Mary's shenanigans and being a doting father to Brenda, so. And also, but see, I became more familiar with Howell Williams growing up watching Private Benjamin, the series Private Benjamin. That's how I remember him, So yeah, may he rest in peace. And also justice for Noah Wells. Oh God, please forgive me. Nolan Wells. Please forgive me for mispronouncing his name, but I know it's been a lot going on surrounding his death, and so I haven't really read deeply into that story, but I just hope that there's justice, and everything happens around that case that's supposed to happen, if that makes sense. But I just wanted to chat real quick. I wasn't planning on being on too long, and I'm over here looking busted and disgusted, so please pardon my appearance. I'm not going to be able to be glammed up all the time. I'm not really I've never been a makeup person. But I always make sure that at least when I go out, I at least have on like a lip color. But I just came outside just for a little while. I wasn't planning on staying long. Like I said, I just wanted to just enjoy some of the weather, and take out the garbage, pick up some mail, and but that's about it. Now I gotta make sure that I make it home in time before the rain starts to fall. But you know, but I'm not worried. I'm not worried. I'm close to home. I mean, I'm not worried about it. But the breeze feels so good though. But I hope everyone is doing well, and I hope that you guys check out my interview that I did last night with Devin V. Collins, filmmaker. It was a great interview that I've done with him. I really enjoyed our conversation. I enjoyed speaking on his journey, and yeah, and how he talks about his family and the impact that his family had. Not just his wife and his children, but his family that as far as his parents and grandparents and his community, and how he's surrounded by so many pillars in his community and in his personal life as well. So please make sure you look out for that. Check out that interview as well. Shout out to Isaiah David Paul. I interviewed with him last week, and that was a great interview. That's one of my top favorite interviews, I have to say. So yes, it's been such a blessing. Like I said before, and I say it again, I've been in the company of such amazing people, and Gruston Weeks is going to be one of them this coming Saturday. So I'm looking forward to that. Yeah, I'm trying to make my way around, as a content creator. Trying to see where this might lead up to. You never know. But I thank everyone for their support nonetheless, and I just hope that you continue to support me. Make sure you continue to like, comment, and share my videos as well, because it's putting out content is not easy. Ooh, I just saw lightning. Okay, let me start walking. Let me stop lollygagging, y'all. But yeah, so I wanted to say that it's such a blessing to have the support. I mean, the numbers are not numbers are not quite there yet, but they'll get in there. They'll get there at some point. I'm not worried about that. I do believe that things happen in this divine timing. God placed things in His divine order. So I'm going to follow His lead on that one. Just to just kind of continue to put content out there, continue to present, engage with you guys, and I'm not gonna, I'm gonna let the chips fall where they may, when it comes to the amount of subscribers and when I get monetized, because I've been putting work in. That's what I gotta say. I put work in, whether it's when it comes to doing the contents and editing, clipping my interviews and taking the time it takes to do the thumbnails for those clips. I mean, I've been work has been put in, so I just hope that I'm sure it's not in vain, because I know for a fact that it's not in vain when it comes to how I present my content, because just whoever's gathered, no matter how many people are gathered to hear me speak or to hear my content, that's well enough for me, because someone is receiving something from it, from the content that I put out, and I know is that for that reason, it will not be in vain, even if I don't have the numbers, or even if it takes me more time than expected to be monetized. At least I'm reaching some people. Hopefully I get more support real soon. That's something I'm looking forward to, just getting more support. But either way, I do appreciate the support that I do receive, and I appreciate those who take the time to to share my platform with them. To come to my platform, and it's such a blessing as well that they take the time to do that, because they don't have to, but they do, and it's a blessing for them as well. And I appreciate that when a lot of them that come on to my platform, they pour into me, and I receive it wholeheartedly, because it just means so much that they believe in me, the way that they do. Yeah, it's a blessing. It is, but yeah. So I'm gonna bid y'all adieu right now, and I hope that you continue to have a blessed day and a blessed weekend, and